Well,
basically.
I wouldn't call it pandering since I already started recording. But
Oh, oh. We're the Cloud Brothers. Welcome to the Cloud Brothers.
I'm Corey,
I'm Scott,
and we are the Cloud
the
Brothers.
Cloud
And
Brothers.
yes, we're pandering for likes and subscribes,
Subscribe.
but you can understand why if you look right over there. It
Yeah,
shows in between Scott and I, we are at 96 subscribers, which is so close to 100.
yeah,
That's our goal. That's our
that's
meta.
the goal.
So
I've got the.
if if you like us, like
Even if you don't,
and subscribe.
still
Well,
subscribe anyway.
yeah, we'll take what we can get, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah,
But
exactly.
yeah, we're pretty close, so that's great. So thank you to the I don't know, we had 90 last week, and
Yeah, five,
we added
6.
six, I think.
Yeah,
So that's awesome. And as we were mentioning the other day, it like every subscriber we have is valuable. We're almost at
muy,
100% of 100 people, and
yeah, muy,
that's pretty good.
muy importantes.
Muy
Muy
importantes.
importantes.
Yeah, it's a fact, Jack. So what are we doing today? We're looking at some Codestar.
Ser,
Now that we got that,
ser, serverless.
we're looking at
We're gonna
serverless.
continue on the serverless because that serverless one
Okay.
that we did last week did really well. So
Yeah.
continue on the serverless subjects.
Well, and also too, as I like when people say that, I have made a playlist called 10-minute tutorials.
Mm.
And I moved our last video, which was on AWS Lambda, to the 10-minute tutorials, and this tutorial is supposed to be 10 minutes as well. So this one's gonna be there too.
All
And
right.
because I just thought that'd be handy, like if you have a place you could go, if you're a beginner or you need a reminder, you can come back to the Cloud Brothers and jump on there. Um,
Yeah,
so I've already got. You can see the feed of Chrome, right?
I can, yes.
Okay.
And I see your account on the right. And
Yep. So I have it
uh,
all open. So basically, there's a button up here to get started for free. I've already done that a long time ago because I'm not the newest beginner. I'm just a somewhat experienced beginner now. So Scott sent me this throughout the week on how to build a serverless application with
yeah,
AWS Codestar and AWS Cloud 9. I
as
haven't.
always,
Go on.
link in the description.
Yeah, link in the description below. Check it out.
Yeah, and you
And
can click the like and subscribe button as you're going down to the
well,
description.
sometimes I hear advice that's good, and I think that's good advice.
Good advice.
So I haven't used CodeStar, I don't think, on any lab, but I have used Cloud9. It's kind of fun. So I'll
Yeah,
similar to the previous tutorial, we're just gonna rocket through this. In this tutorial, you will learn how to use Codestar and AWS Cloud9 to develop, build, and deploy a node.js serverless web application. As a developer, setting up an automated software development workflow can be a time-sensitive, detailed task. AWS Codestar is a software development tool that enables you to quickly develop, build, and deploy applications on AWS. With Codestar, you can set up your continuous delivery toolchain in minutes, allowing you to start releasing code faster. Cloud9 is an IDE for writing, running, and debugging code. Pop quiz, Scott. What's IDE stand for?
uh, integrated development environment.
Exactly. Cloud9 comes prepackaged with essential tools for many popular programming languages, JavaScript, Python, PHP, etc. So you don't have to tinker with installing various compilers and tool chains. Well, it's nice.
Tinker
Uh,
is a fun word. Tinker.
yeah. In the next several minutes, you'll use AWS Codestar to build a new AWS Lambda-based node.js serverless web application. You will use AWS Codestar to set up a continuous delivery toolchain using AWS Code Commit for source control and AWS Code Pipeline to automate your release process. You will then change some code in the node.js project using Cloud9 and commit the change to trigger your continuous pipeline and redeploy your project. The AWS services you use in this tutorial are within the AWS free tier, so it's free.
Yeah.
And as we mentioned earlier over Scott, there is the AWS console I have opened all there. This tutorial requires an AWS account. If you
So
require
you,
one, that's where you make one. I do have a video on making it for the
yeah, so I was
AWS
gonna say,
account.
you
I
do have
could,
a
I
video.
might be able to link that somehow. I'm not so sure how to do it, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Mental note. So, step one, navigate to Codestar. As I said, I don't think I've been to Codestar before. As you can see, it's not
No,
in my
not in your
recently
list.
visited list. So, stay with me, and we will go right here. I went to Codestar. Okay, so we are at Codestar. Click
Step one
to
complete.
zoom if you want. So step one complete. We are done step one. In this step, you will set up Codestar, then create and deploy a serverless AWS Lambda node.js project. A. On the Codestar homepage, select Start a Project. Okay, well, it looks a
I
little
think it's
different now.
like
It
create
says
project, but
create project. It's been updated. I don't know if it's dark because I tend to use dark mode on all my things. So I pressed create project. That's cool. B. Codestar can assist you by administering AWS resources on your behalf. To enable this feature, Codestar needs to create an AWS service role for you. On the create service role dialog, choose yes, create role. So it says create service role. So
yep.
okay, I'll click that. It does look a little different. That's what I'm doing. On
I
the
think it made it for you, but it didn't. Oh no, it's up on the top there. You've
yep,
successfully created AWS
yep,
CodeStar service role.
yeah. Scott's talking about up in the green here. It's right
Yeah,
here where I'm moving the cursor around. I succeeded. Okay,
yeah.
so on the choose project template page, which we're on, choose the node.js template, which includes a web application and AWS Lambda. So do we node.js right
But
here?
bottom, yeah, there it is. That's it.
Oh, yeah, it's got a little radio button. I've been fooled
Yeah,
before, but not this week. You can use CodeStar to develop a variety of applications such as websites, web applications, web services, and Alexa skills. You can develop in Java, JavaScript, PHP, Ruby, C Sharp, Go, HTML, and Python. So I chose Node.js, and I on the project details page for the project name. Okay, so I'm gonna just click next because that's what. So for project name is probably behind me right now. For project name, enter. It's really a good thing to do when you're programming. What I've learned
yeah.
over time. Copy and
Except you
paste.
missed. Except you missed the end.
No.
So copy and paste giveth and it taketh away.
It can take it away. If that was important code, I would have just been, and I didn't notice it, or you didn't, it would have been trouble.
Yeah.
Maybe. Confirm
Uh,
that you have selected AWS code commit. So don't choose
yeah.
GitHub, which is
Yeah.
the other thing you can use.
That's because we're using CodeStar. You want code
Yeah, we're
commit.
using Codestar, so we're using code commit because we are saying AWS native. So that's D. So we've done 4 steps. We're in E. Fifth step on the review project details, which is what we're on. Notice Codestar will set up a complete continuous integration pipeline using code commit for version control, AWS code build to build and test, and AWS cloud formation for deployment to Lambda. Additionally, Codestar will use Amazon CloudWatch to monitor your application. Select Create Project. So all that stuff that said, you can find in the project template, details, and repository. That's all that information that I just read in that paragraph is right there. So now it's time to, in the red here, or, well, it's at the bottom behind Scott. I can't scroll up anymore. So I clicked on Create Project. Okay, now we are on step F. So it says above in the blue here, there's a spinning wheel telling you something's happening. It
It'll
says
take a few minutes.
project provisioning. AWS Codestar is setting up your project's resources. This may take a few minutes. So we are going to use the magic of television and pause while the.
We're on pause now.
Okay, we're on pause now. I had to get after my
Right.
children for making too much noise. Apologies for the delay. While we were waiting,
Oh,
it only took about 5 minutes. It says
yeah.
project provision, but we actually went over and we're looking. It says create in progress, right? When we
I
went
think
to
if
look,
you,
but it's done. If I do a refresh, I could have used here, I
yeah,
guess. But
yeah,
it says create complete, which
yeah.
happened. Yeah, that took 4 to 5 minutes. FYI. So we'll still probably get through this tutorial in about 10 minutes, hopefully. Um,
Yeah.
so it says project provision, and actually what I just said, it says view
Oh,
AWS
that's
cloud
interesting.
permission stack. So you could have done
That's
that
interesting.
without, and how we did that without hitting here, just to check that it was working, was right click, duplicate tab, and then just navigate to cloud formation. But clicking here
Yeah.
will get you to the same place. On the setup tool page, under pick how you want to edit your code, select AWS Cloud 9. So that is right here.
I thought you did it correctly.
I did. Well, I did it according to the instructions.
Yeah, there's new stuff in the instructions though. So click down on the new environment or the my environments. Is there anything there? My environments, yeah.
Nope.
So it didn't create. So click on create environment again.
So we pick how you want to edit your code. Okay.
Yeah. This is a new thing, I think, for Cloud 9. Cloud 9 probably only had single environments before, and now you can have multiple. So
I thought it
maybe
did this.
Yeah, maybe it didn't like your name.
One, two, three, four. Create environment.
Yeah. There it is. Oh, it did. It just took a while.
Oh, okay. So it's now we're creating a second environment, I think.
Yeah, that's
So
that's exactly what's going on.
Okay. So now there is this is a Cloud9 environment, right? That's what we're doing here.
Yeah,
So
that's correct.
on your setup AWS Cloud9 environment page under recommended instance, select TT2 micros.
Did that.
Next, the Cloud9 IDE will run on this instance, and you will
Yeah.
access it via your browser. So
Yeah, you've done that already.
now AWS Codestar will set up your Codestar project and connect to your Cloud9 IDE. In a few minutes, you will get a success. Is that so?
Yeah, up at the top.
This is happening automatically.
It's up at the top there. Create process, create in progress, environment.
Is being created.
So,
Cloud formation for more details.
So where it says open IDE on your environment, so I'll go back.
Yeah, I saw, but it just says you check your cloud formation for
output.
Yeah, because it says right here, see cloud formation for more details. Right.
Yeah, but if all you want to do is open the IDE, it's the pictures are slightly different. The stars are going down on this one. I'll go back to the Codestar one. So just click on open IDE. That's what it wants you to do.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was my next thing. Press Alt Shift T to reopen a tab you closed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for now. So I think if you scroll on the left now, it will show you this.
Okay, so we're here. It's showing me this right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is best practice to set up your get.username and user email when you set up a new Cloud9 environment using the following commands.
Yeah, so we've done this before, and because you've set up a new cloud environment, you have to set up your git config so it doesn't complain about it when you do the git command.
It actually says it right here on the bottom. It's behind your head.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think I can scroll down to it, but I can move it over into the middle here. But it says to set display name, run git config -- global. Basically, what it says on the left. So I can I can make any username. Is that like at this point?
Yeah, you can literally copy and paste what's there, and it's fine. If you're doing it in real world, you should have a real username and real email address. But for the purposes of the demo, which we're going to destroy anyways, this is fine.
So should I put or I did the wrong one. I didn't copy the one.
Email is the next one.
So does it require that I put a real email address there, or
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, that's interesting. It didn't like that.
It just wrapped. It just wrapped.
It didn't like the copy and paste style. Okay, well I'll put that. Well,
it's fine. It's fine.
Now that Your environment is set up completely. You're ready to start developing. In the Cloud9 IDE, select the Navigate tab on the top left. Where do you see that?
I think you are in navigation tab already.
Kind of looks like it, eh?
Yeah, so if you click down the node serverless JS folder, see the arrow on the IDE?
Like here? There's an
No,
arrow.
right to the right and down where it says go to anything underneath.
Oh, right
it's
here.
like yeah, underneath that there's a folder structure.
Yeah.
And then if you click the Node.js folder, expand the Node.js folder.
Yeah.
There'll be an HTML file.
There's a YAML file.
Oh yeah, okay. And then go to public.
Build spec. Oops.
Public.
Index.html.
Yeah, and there's the index.html. That's where it wants you to go, I think.
Okay. So like most IDEs, Cloud9 has shortcut keystrokes for editing and finding text. To find the line of code to change, do a command F on Mac. So where does it want me to go? It wants me to go. Oh, it wants me to be here.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Correct.
So line 62. It says you just created a node.js web application. So it just wants me to highlight line 62.
I'm just showing you how to find.
Oh, okay.
We cheated a little bit because I knew what was going on.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing too because it didn't like this.
It doesn't look like it doesn't look anything like what's on.
Needs to be updated because you remember the Lambda one was like boom boom boom.
Yeah, Lambda one was perfect. Order, yeah.
Updated.
Yeah, we'll complain to Jeff. I'll phone Jeff after.
In the Cloud9 IDE, add 3 exclamation points. That's what they want you to do. Here you go.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Unos, dos, tres.
Yeah. Using the bash tab at the bottom of the Cloud9 IDE, confirm you saved your change is by typing in the following command. Did I save?
So
did I save it?
No, you didn't save it because it's still got the dot beside the index.html. You see that?
Yeah. So what did I do? Go file save?
File save. I think Control S also works in this.
Okay. Is the dot gone? Yep.
Yeah.
So now we'll go get status and it'll say one to commit or something.
It'll say something modified. Unmodified.
Fatal, not a Git repository or any parent directory .git.
Oh.
All right.
Do an ls where you are. Change into the directory cd node.js servers.
Is it just dot server le?
It's a dash, and I think you can just hit tab. If you go back to Node.js and hit tab, it'll no tab, the tab key complete.
It is serverless.
Yeah. Serverlet, yeah. Yeah. Now do your git status.
Modified public /index.html. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it says behind, or it's over your shoulder. You can see it. It's fine.
Yeah.
So if git returns modified public index.html in red, you have successfully saved your changes and you're ready to stage and commit your changes. If git returns nothing to commit, working tree clean, you need to save your changes in the Cloud9 IDE. Now stage your changes, commit your changes, and push the changes to the branch in git on code commit using the following commands. So let's move that over a little bit.
So you can literally copy and paste each one of those commands one at a time.
Here, and we will copy the whole thing. I will go here, right click, then paste. That didn't work. I'll do that instead. Okay. And then git commit -m, add 3 bangs.
Add 3 bangs. Yeah, good.
1 file change, insertion, 1 deletion. Git push origin master. All right. So we'll go down here. And then total 4. Yeah, it's doing stuff.
That's the thing.
So now if
that's all correct. So it should be,
So now it says nothing to commit, working tree clean. So we're back to where we wanted to be. Let's see. That's cool. So we did all that. After pushing your changes to the master branch and code commit, code pipeline will trigger the continuous deployment process. Monitor the process by accessing your
code pipeline.
Okay, that's fine. Your AWS Codestar.
Oh, Codestar dashboard. Yeah. Okay.
So
if you refresh, I think, or go to projects.
Scrolling down to continuous. What?
Yeah, click on the project itself.
Oh, I see. I just refreshed, but so I'm looking at it's this project, right?
Yeah.
So click on that.
Yeah, there you go. It's already done.
Yeah, and so source, there's source build. Move that over again. Source build deploy, just like it shows in that picture. So that's good.
And it just did a build 1 minute ago, and it just did a deploy.
Yeah, 12 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, and a package export code build 1 minute ago.
Yeah.
Pipeline execution. Once your code has reached deploy, confirm your changes have been reached. Your live or have been. That does confirm your changes have been reached. Your live web application. I think there's supposed to be a by right here. Or there should be by your live web application by selecting. Yeah, fair enough. The URL in the Codestar application endpoints tile. Once the page loads in your browser, confirm it contains the explanation points you added. So where do I...
So go back to Codestar. Go back to Codestar.
Yes.
And somewhere on here, I don't know where it is because it doesn't really show you, is endpoints. Oh.
What?
View application. What does view application do?
Where do you see this?
Top right. There it is.
All right, only see one exclamation point.
Yeah, that's because it's still in progress.
Oh, I see.
It's doing all its code stuff. So wow, is that ever hidden in plain sight? Wow.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when the documentation doesn't match the console.
Yeah. So after all of that, it's view application.
Your live application by selecting the URL in the Codestar application endpoints tile.
Yeah, there is no endpoints tile.
So you just have to. So yeah, it'd be good if this was updated to say view application.
Yeah. It's all right. We're going through this pain. This pain deserves some likes and subscribes.
Yeah, I agree. Oh no! Oh yeah, there it is.
Oh yeah, there you go. So, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, there it just updated here too. It wasn't there then. It was. It happened live on TV. Like and subscribe. Boop.
Boop. I wanted to do a Family Guy joke, but I'm afraid we're gonna get banned.
Let's not get demonetized just before we get monetized.
Yeah. So that's it. That's success. I think the next step is tearing everything down.
Tear down's the next part. So let's see if how complicated that is. This is an important step. This is step number 4.
Yeah, this means don't cost me money. That's what this means.
This is a very important step. In this step, you will terminate your Codestar project, your Cloud9 environment, and all related resources. Terminating resources that are not actively being used reduces costs and is the best practice. Not terminating your resources can result in a charge, and that is not free tier, and that's not fair.
I think it should say will, not can. Will.
Yeah, will. It's a fact. It's happened. Sorry, go on.
I think you just click projects and then right click on the project and terminate. This is going to be slightly different based on the graphics I see.
The graphic says In this step, you will terminate your Codestar project, your Cloud9 environment, all related resources. Terminating resources are active, blah, blah, blah. I already read that. To access the main Codestar console, select Codestar. We're there. Select the ellipsis, then select delete. Okay, so
Yeah.
exactly what Scott said. Probably go
Click one up on your changes. Click on projects on the top bar there.
Projects. Yep. Projects.
Yeah,
Click
and
here.
then
Click here.
that.
Click here and see
and
up
then
here
delete.
it says
Yeah.
delete. So it's,
Delete, yeah. So
it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
So just like a lot of AWS stuff, you have to type various things to confirm deletion. Please type delete, and then
Yes.
it asks you. There's a checkbox. Make sure that's checked, and then press
Yes.
delete, and then
So what? Yeah, cool.
Codestar is deleting your projects. So similar, like in reverse to what we were showing before, I'm going to duplicate the tab here and go to CloudFormation again, and then it should be saying
Deleting.
like delete in progress or whatever. Nope, not so
Not
far,
yet.
but it will soon.
It will get there.
It'll get there, but not yet. So AWS Codestar is leading your project, blah blah blah, node.js.serverless.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it'll probably take 5 minutes to delete again. So,
but
magic of television will assume it deleted.
Yeah, despite the growing pains, you have used AWS Codestar and AWS Cloud9 to build, develop, and deploy a AWS Lambda-based node.js serverless web application. Codestar is a great choice to develop, build, and deploy a variety of applications such as websites, web applications, web services, and Alexa skills. You can develop in Java, JavaScript, PHP, Ruby, C#, and Python. I think that was said 3 times in this tutorial.
Yeah, I think they want you to really know that.
Cloud9 is Cloud IDE. It's great for writing, running, and debugging code in JavaScript, Python, or PHP, where you don't want to set up and maintain various compilers and tool chains. Next steps. Now that you have learned how to use AWS Codestar and AWS Cloud9 to build a serverless application, pick one of the following options to learn more. Integrate your IDE with AWS Codestar. So
we'll let you
develop your code.
We'll let you make your choices.
Absolutely. In your preferred environment, the push to Codestar. And so integrate your IDE with Codestar, work with AWS Codestar teams, collaborate with others by granting others access to AWS Codestar projects, add others to your AWS Codestar team. Is that AI? Al blog.
I think that's AI. I think that's AI.
AI blog. Set up and customize the Cloud9 integrated development environment. Customize Cloud9. So as we said, the link is in the description below. If you want to go through this, you should probably follow our video and listen to what we're saying so you can figure it out. This tutorial is not going to make it into the 10-minute tutorial.
Officially, it's supposed to be a 10-minute tutorial, so I'm giving this to 3 3/4 cloud brothers. 3/4 clouds.
What's that scale out of 5?
5, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we're doing out of 5 usually. Yeah, I concur. Mugford concurs.
All right.
Yeah, man. I agree. Like it's useful and you can get there, but it takes some thinking. And like, so this question here, I have to think about it, and I'm not going to say no, but I'm hesitant to click yes, so I'm not going to click anything, and that puts.
Well, there's a feedback button. If we really cared, we could click that feedback, but I don't really care that much right now.
No, I'm not. I'll let our video speak for itself if they want to watch it. One thing that I don't like about this is on AWS.com. Like this is an AWS tutorial. Is that the last one we did showed when it was last updated, right?
Yeah.
It had the date on it. It was August 2022, so which just a few months ago. And
this one's obviously old.
This one is older, but it doesn't show the date. Because if it showed the date, then I'd probably go a little easier on it. But if you're gonna update your console, you got to update your tutorials, or at least
and without if you were a beginner.
Oh, I'd be.
I don't know if you would have got through this.
Not at all. No, I would have been lost. Like if I was trying to do this by myself, especially.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So what? So I think the tip that we put in the description is to watch this before you try it and take notes because it's not exactly the same.
Yeah, it's a little bit different. And if you do try to do this tutorial and you are struggling, put notes in the
Yeah,
comments, and
yeah. Well, that's
we'll try to answer your questions or make a follow-up video to answer those questions because
absolutely.
that's what we're here for. We're here to help. Um, I'm just looking in the cloud formation here to see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
it
think we
probably
need to
won't.
wait.
Like it takes a while. So
Yeah,
if you do this tutorial and you're not really sure about it, you can check your cloud formation stacks probably a couple hours later or the next morning, just to make sure that your deletion worked, so you don't get charged money. That's my
yeah.
advice. Thank you for
That's
watching,
good
and
advice. Yes, like and subscribe. See you next week.
see you next week.